get right into it. Yes, sir. UNK and CHICO, Sunday Night Live. Live and direct.
It's another Sunday night. It's another Sunday night. Another Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog CHICO.
It's another one. It's another one, baby. It's another one.
Another Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog.
So get ready for it.
Another Sunday night live. UNK and Big Dog CHICO.
Yes, with the blast. Sunday Night Live, UNK and CHICO with Professor Chuck Bishop joining us. UNK, what's happening? How you doing? Happy holidays to everybody checking in. Welcome in once again, everybody. I want to say welcome and happy holidays. How you doing, UNK? How you doing, Chuck?
Doing well, good, Big Dog CHICO.
Indeed.
Good, man. Y'all had a good holiday weekend or Thanksgiving weekend, should I say?
It was quiet with a lot of golf. Yes, I enjoyed myself.
Oh, you didn't have to cover no games this weekend?
Not this weekend.
Oh,
I was
man.
off this weekend. I'll be back in action over the next couple weekends with SWAC Championship and Celebration Bowl, but I had a weekend to chill, and it was phenomenal.
How many rounds you get in?
I played Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so my back is useless tonight.
Wendy!
Why'd you set yourself up for that, dog?
Hey, Wendy!
So my back is useless tonight.
when they ain't trying to get your business, baby girl, you know UNK ain't trying to get your business now, but you might want to charge up that rose, make sure that battery. Because Chuck done told you. he said he ain't that good tonight.
We are 2 minutes and 34 seconds into the show, and things have already kicked off. And I was going to go to how, are we still eating leftovers? But we already jumped to the roses. And
I don't think Chuck gonna be eating nothing tonight.
I took myself up for that
one. when they say, I know your back hurt, but what's wrong with your mouth?
Ain't nothing wrong with your mouth. Just lay down.
I served him alley-oop on that one, didn't
I? Right. Just can't lay down with your butt in the air. You know what I mean? Lay down like you trying to get under the bed, dog. Like
you hiding for somebody. You gotta crawl up under that thing.
Yeah, you gotta get up under that thing, dog. Hey, you just happen to click on. This is UNK and CHICO Live with Professor Chuck Bishop right here on each and every we do Sunday and some Thursdays, and brought to you by Miss Denise Smith, State Farm agent, and also Big Mama's Bail Bonding. We'll get to that in a second. But damn, welcome back.
Yeah, what a welcome. What a welcome.
Damn back. Are we still eating leftovers? Is what I was trying to say.
I'm not CHICO. I tell you why I'm not. Because I'm not at the crib. My Thanksgiving dinner was provided by the legendary chef Carl Solomon. And my little sweet thing, I got a little like dormitory refrigerator. So I don't have what it takes to have leftovers per se. Yeah. And today's Sunday, Thanksgiving was Thursday.
It's
about time to throw this shit out.
You gotta throw it out. You can't go into Monday with it, dog.
Right.
Can't go into Monday. That's a no.
Unless your turkey has gone from turkey to turkey sandwiches and now turkey soup, you might got a chance. Right. But if it's still in its original form, come on, dog.
You got that hard extra stuff that you don't know what to call on it if it's still sitting in the fridge at this point.
Yeah.
It's like turkey and then whatever else is around it.
Yeah. Like that jelly to be around the spam.
Yeah, that jelly. that stuff that melt off when you put it in the microwave.
Like, oh, what is this?
Damn shame.
Wendy,
Everybody knows exactly what we're talking about.
Wendy, come get this jelly. It's just not melted.
Hey man, shout out to the chat checking in. At least we got to give a shout out to the chat, man. We appreciate y'all.
Gotta do
Put
that,
your
man.
city, your state in the chat. If you're outside of the country, put your country you're checking in from in the chat. We got St. Peter in the building, Louisville,
Yeah,
Kentucky, for show, Detroit, Howdy from Texas. Got an Ola up in this thing. What else? I saw my dog say, "Get down like a sniper, Chuck."
Well,
said you got to lay down like a sniper.
Lay down like a sniper.
Got to go on that. Got to get on that barbed wire with the last shots flying over your head.
There you go. I should have said that. Crawl like you crawling under barbed wire. you go for sure get loaded in.
The chat wide open already.
Right. Oh, y'all out here eating turkey tacos at this point. Ohio up in here, Chicago. Chicago Bears 9-3, dog. I didn't realize
who saw that coming? Who saw
Damn.
that coming? Think I'm gonna paint my fingernails here.
You're going too far, big man. Hell, your Cowboys, hey. Shout out to the Cowboys.
That's all I got to say to him, Chuck. Like, I be Chico. I try to tell you. I told Chico, I said, we finna play in a short week.
Short week.
We finna play the two people in the Super Bowl, and we're gonna beat both of them. All right, okay, Chico. Okay.
Hey, we got one more, right? Who they have next?
Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn.
It's still a situation though. For our boy, I say our because Chuck is a Cowboys fan. That we're doing everything to help ourselves, but we're gonna still need help from somebody because it's only so many slots and we still behind.
Yeah.
And if we keep winning, everybody else keep winning, you're gonna stay behind. So all you gotta do is go out there 1 week at a time and do your part, and then hopefully somebody bumps their head along the way. I mean, look at the Rams lost today and propelled the Bears into first place.
Sure did.
And they lost against Carolina. Who saw that coming?
Right.
Yep. Them boys balled out too.
Yeah.
A lot of different things going on in the league. We're gonna get to, y'all see in the title, we're gonna get to Shedeur Sanders, his second start, Coach Prime in Colorado, season end, and what's next for the Buffs. We also Chuck can fill us in on some HBCU sport content and everything else, man. We got everything in between.
And tomorrow or Tuesday we gotta check on Wendy. Hey, Wendy, blink 3 times if you're okay. Like we get proof we need something. I need Wendy to hold up tomorrow's paper, Houston paper. I can see the date.
Damn.
We need proof of life.
Yeah.
That's an old school way of proving the date.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Just thought about that. That's an old school way of doing it right there, boy. That newspaper.
Send me a picture of you holding today's paper.
There's a lot of newspaper printing companies going out of business now. They're like they stop printing nowadays, right? And they just start.
Yeah, it's a dying industry, man.
Dying industry.
Yeah.
Magazines, newspapers.
Wow.
Them roses ain't dead though.
People don't want that tangible. They want that.
They still making them every day because Chuck want to go play golf 3 days in a row.
It allows you to play golf 3 days in a row. Chuck like shit. I'll get a bouquet of roses.
You better be careful what you do to me, because it might turn around on you.
Ain't nobody gonna be. Hey man, you got to compete with a rose.
Not with that back.
Power.
Yeah, I was about to say there's no competition.
Ain't no competition.
Jaws ain't that strong.
Unless you got some Duracell batteries inside of you.
Sears Die Hard hookups.
Got the Die Hard.
Oh God!
Ain't it amazing, man? Marketing, how you can name something, and people just take off with it. But back in the day, back in our day, because we was we was buying batteries when Sears was still open. Well, you ain't had no Die Hard, you ain't had no battery.
Right.
I haven't heard about no Die Hard batteries in so long, dog. What?
Yeah.
What's the other one? Go ahead. Anytime somebody what?
I was gonna say, anytime somebody battery messed up and you gonna help them out, give them a boost, and you open the hood, I see the problem. You ain't got no dial on. Ain't got nothing to do. All them damn batteries the same, man.
Let's give a shout out to. We got a couple super chats that already came through. Appreciate you.
Shout out to my people from the A. I can't see who
what
it's
is that?
from though.
Yeah, shout out to my people from there. I don't know what that say right there. Yeah. Then Danny, y'all know I can't read anyway, right? So hey, it don't matter. Whatever that said right there, PLEB 1K.
Oh. I was reading the comments. Shout out to my people from the A.
Oh, no, I was trying to read who it was from to give them a shout out. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But shout out to Den Danny said taking care of my uncle Neely, weight training exhibition, pledge still paying dividend.
Oh yeah, let's get in the weight room tomorrow morning. What y'all got?
Way to go,
Throw
Niners.
some fives
they
on.
want Shedeur to get hurt though. Okay. Yeah, y'all putting them fives on the Unc said he got something for you.
We go live tomorrow.
If that's the case, huh?
Yeah.
Montgomery, Alabama in the building. We see that much.
The Gump.
Hey, Gump Town. RIP Dobie. Hey, I
bought a Gump from Selma, Chico.
47 miles.
Oh, okay.
Yep. 47
I knew it was close.
Or as we would say when we was younger, I can't believe I did this too. We actually raced in our cars and got there in 23 minutes.
Oh, wow. Damn.
I know. How dumb can you get, though? Me and my homeboy Jason, we crazy. Anyway, yeah, 23 minutes if you driving like a bat out of hell. I was going to ask about Lane Kiffin. What y'all think about him going to LSU?
Called it.
No, yeah.
That's official.
Yeah, I mean.
Called it. Told you so. All of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a given.
Is it because someone said that that's the only powerhouse school in the state? Like you don't have to compete with anybody else down there as opposed to like more schools in Mississippi, more schools in Florida, more schools in Alabama. What do you think about that?
I don't know about that being the reason. At least it's not one of my reasons because recruiting now is so regional and national that it has very little to do with who your immediate neighbors are. For instance, you look at on any level, look at the HBCU level, you got Jackson State, Alcorn, and Valley in the same state. And both of them have teams made up of people from Texas, Tennessee, Alabama, wherever. It's like it's a bigger footprint now, particularly in the age of social media and streaming and all that. I will say this. When you look at the SEC, Chuck, and it being the blue blood powerhouse of college football for generations.
Yeah.
This is not just past 5 or 10 years. This precedes Saban and post Saban. The SEC is the pinnacle, of college football in the eyes of many. And then when you go within that pinnacle, it's almost, I remember with Coach Prime, I was so blessed and fortunate. He took me to a Hall of Fame ceremony with him. And in this room of Hall of Famers, you have Hall of Famers of Hall of Famers. Everybody in this room got a gold jacket, but there's some people everybody stop and go speak to because their gold jacket is a little bit bigger. And when you look at what the SEC means, those jobs at LSU, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, they mean a little more.
That's true.
They mean more than Missouri, Vanderbilt, Auburn. They just do. Now, not trying to offend a fan base or another, but it just is what it is. And when you look at the time that Lane Kiffin put in Ole Miss 6 years, and just getting them to where they're playoff likely or have a chance, even though they're not going to be in the SEC championship, you get what I mean? That's going to further prove my point. That same effort at LSU, you got 2 or 3 national championships.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, very
you got more exposure, more NIL revenue, bigger budget, truly a football school. To Chico's point, a state school that's the only state school playing at that level. You just keep on checking boxes where I can do all this effort right here in Oxford, and the most it's going to get me is here.
Yeah.
I can do that same effort in Baton Rouge, and we go here.
Right.
Yeah.
And so in that regard, it's almost like, what does a coach want to be in life? Most coaches want to be national champions. That's what they do it for. A lot don't. I get that. But Lane is of that ilk that, man, when this Alabama, the only reason he in Alabama is the job didn't come open when he was open.
Sure.
But Alabama's, Florida's, LSU's are hard to say no to, regardless of the size of the check.
Texas.
Most of the other schools, when you put the check on the table, they can't compete with that anyway because of their limited state funding and then limited resources from a donor pool. I don't know how he turns it down. I don't know how he says no to it.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I mean, and then just from the standpoint of, and you mentioned it, there are programs in the SEC that are in the next room, and then there's everybody else. And I think it's hard for some fan bases to come to grips with that they're not the destination. They're a station within the destination, but they're not the destination. So when you start talking about the Alabama, Georgias, you mentioned Florida, I would probably throw Texas in there as well in terms of the vast amount of resources that they have. It's just different. And when those apex predators come calling, yeah, not only do you listen, but you go.
Yes,
and I'm gonna
indeed.
tell you this, Chuck. I'm right with you. Pardon, Chico. I left Texas out because of their recent joining of the SEC.
Yeah, that's fair.
But in fact, for the demonstration I'm doing now, I will take Texas and bump Florida out. Because of, again, money, not prestige of the job. Because I think Florida in its history is a very attractive job. But when you talk about now the resources and what it takes to truly win in college football, you can't. Oh man, I like where I'm at. I only want to talk to Texas and shit. You better pick up that phone.
He ain't lying.
Let me ask this question, and I'm just curious just to throw this out. How much of an impact did Nick Saban have on coming from Michigan State to LSU to coming into the SEC? Because I've heard some people sort of make the argument that Saban may have had a bigger impact on the SEC than even Bear Bryant, at the dawn of integration.
I think when you say yes to that, Chuck, you have to look at the timeline of all the other socio issues taking place or that had quote unquote been overcome. Bear Bryant drug his feet. Like he is when he lost the brothers that he added brothers. And then he gets celebrated for being one of the first to do it. Well, then when you fast forward 10, 15 years and it's now normal, Nick Saban inherited normalcy. And so what I was telling a guy just the other day, I said, man, keep this in mind. Every institution was once a revolution. I don't care how simplistic you may think it is. You look at the traffic light. Somewhere along the line, there was local governments that fought having traffic lights. Oh, we ain't never had that. We got a cop out there. We got a stop sign out there. What we need traffic lights for? And so many things that we look at as normal in sports now were once a revolution. Like you look just a few years ago, how Coach Prime was attacked for utilizing the portal. And now everybody does it that way. Everybody brings in their own team or clears out the previous team or current team. That's just the way it is. But what's get fought when one person do is get celebrated when somebody else do it. Watch what's finna happen at LSU and how that roster becomes a hell of a lot of Ole Miss and flips.
So in other words, Lane Kiffin just leveled up to a name brand job at LSU, or better name brand job.
Yeah, I mean, look, my grandmama taught me Chico coming up is a piss po frog that is shit on his own lily pad. I'm from Mississippi. I love my state. But you ain't finna sit here and tell me it's an easier convince to tell somebody to come live in Baton Rouge for 3 years or come live in Oxford for 3 years. And they from LA or they from New York or they, I ain't talking about somebody regional. I ain't talking about talking to a kid from Memphis or a kid from Birmingham. I'm talking about you got the number one recruit, out of Maryland. You show him Oxford, show him Baton Rouge. He going to Baton Rouge all day long.
Good point.
And he finna get paid for.
Yeah.
It's a reality of that.
Yeah.
Coaches
but
chasing.
I would say this, Chico. It's amazing how people that cheer for you boo for you in an instant.
It don't take
That's
Real
why.
long.
fast.
That's why you can't take none of this shit serious, man. Because these people that celebrate you, the minute you make another decision that they didn't want you to make, oh, here come the booze.
Jump out.
Mm-hmm.
You so mad at a man that you drive to the airport and hang on the gate to boo because he leaving.
Like drive all the way up there.
You
That's
drive
like what
all the way to
that's
the
like what they
airport.
really put you under the jail for. That's premeditated. Like you really
you,
going under.
you
You
can't
had a
get in, but
chance
you
to go
hanging
back.
on the fence and hoping he can hear you over the plane engine. He out there in the middle of the tarmac, and you, boo, we didn't like you no way. You traitor. Like, dog,
Man, come
go
on.
home, man.
You would have done, you would
Go
have done
home.
the same thing. You would have done the same thing, dog. Shout out to Doubly Blessed Twin Mommy. Let's see if we can pull it up right quick. Make sure I start this. And all the super chats just came through, but she came through with the 99.
Damn. Somebody got paid.
Just got paid Friday night.
Congrats. Well, I can't. I'm gonna try to read.
Congratulations, Unc.
Oh, yeah.
Continued blessings to you and the entire pregame network. I can't wait to see where God takes you and this incredible platform. The best is truly yet to come. Cheers to you. Cheers to Chico, Chuck, and the Queen Arlie. Blessings in the new year.
What's Lord?
Doubly
Appreciate that.
blessed. Killing me, mommy.
99.
304.98. You ain't
That's what
lying.
I'm talking about.
Mm.
That's
That's
a
like the
Hyundai.
8-ball MJG Econo spray paint job. You need to put a check with a check with a check.
Feel me? Shout out to them. Let's see here. We got a couple of other topics to talk about, but I guess we should get to Shedeur Sanders. Let's go to Shiggity. Well, first, hold up.
Yo,
Should we go to Shedeur first?
where you
Got
want to go?
Shedeur.
You steering. You steering.
No. All right, I'll steer. Well, we're gonna reel it back for a minute. Reel it back. Let's go back. What happened before that? Let's go to Saturday in Colorado.
Damn.
Colorado Buffalo. Bam. There you go. Recap. Buff lost their final game of the season.
Yeah.
You want to give us a breakdown of what happened, how it happened, and possibly what we should be looking forward to from Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo?
Oh man, let me take it piece by piece, bit by bit, and in no particular order. So the first thing ain't necessarily the number one thing. I'm glad it's over so we can get about the business of 2026. And the reason I frame it like that, Charles, is that your season was over 3 weeks ago, but you really couldn't be about the business of 2026 because you still had to be about the business of these next 3 games. Because you reached that game, right? I think it was West Virginia, where when you lost that, you couldn't catch up to bowl eligibility. And you did everything you could to go out with a right note, winning one of these final 2 or both of those final 2. That didn't happen. But now with no other game on the schedule in 2025, you wake up in the morning and everything you do is about 2026. Whether that is coaching staff changes, players you're going to bring in, players that you're going to encourage to move on, like whatever the case may be, everything now is full attention to 2026. Having said that, let me personally go back to Saturday. Dog, let me tell you something I don't do, Chico. Neely don't travel without checking the weather. Let me say again to the folks in the back. Neely gonna get that app out. Let me see what the weather's like where I'm going. I saw it was cold. Cool. Supposed to be cold. It was late November. Saw his chance of rain. High chance of rain. Matter of fact, it's gonna rain, as Ollie would say on the Black Forecast, a Family Guy. No problem. I get my rain gear, to go over my hoodie. Hoodie gonna keep me warm. Rain gear gonna keep me dry. Cool. Man, we leave the hotel. When we get there Friday, nice calm fall / winter weather, Chuck, dry, but no rain, look cool. Rained all day Saturday. We leave the hotel, it's raining. We get to the stadium, it's raining. We go out there for stretch lines, it's raining. We, huddled up to get ready to work on some of the plays, group as they call it. It's raining. I'm standing there next to Juju, shout out to Juju Lewis. And all of a sudden, what felt like raindrops started feeling like pinpricks. Because I didn't have gloves on, because I can't operate the camera with the gloves on. Shout out to a glove maker. Somebody would make gloves that work with touch screens. Y'all gonna make $1 million a week.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta have your fingertips out, to operate the screen. Anywho, I said, Juju, is that ice? He's like, yeah, it sure is. And then we looked up like toward the scoreboard, and this cloud coming in, and it wasn't hail, Chuck, but you could see the ice chunks falling out the sky.
Wow.
And for the next hour, it was this ice storm / snowstorm that nobody saw coming.
All right,
Dog,
we're gonna pause it right there. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm so silly. I'm laughing at my head because I thought about some silly stuff. But I was going to ask you, and then you said for the next hour, and it kind of went with my question. So I laughed at myself in my head because I was going to ask you, did you lick your tongue out and get some of the snow? And then, and then you said, and then you said for the next hour. I was like, for the next hour, did you do it? All right, just joking, dog. All right.
Wendy! Hey man, NAACP, come get him, man. Man, where the civil rights organizations when we need them?
But everybody has done that though. Y'all know y'all done it in the snow, but it was just funny. Y'all know y'all gonna make me pause it. But oh my God, that was so
No,
funny.
Chico. Not only I did not do that for an hour, I didn't do it for a second.
That was so funny because I thought about it. Then Unc said for the next hour. All right, here's the clip though, Unc. Here you go. For a little visual content.
And this came out of nowhere. It was raining. And then it just started icing and snowing. Manhattan, Kansas weather.
Oh man, I know we can't sweat the technique in the background. I had to mute that at the end.
Yeah.
Look at that right there.
You got your Sherpa look going, man.
Dog, I forgot to tell y'all, because you saw my little credential thing flying. It was also a damn windstorm.
Oh,
it was a wind advisory alert.
Wow.
You could hear the flags up there ripping, But it did all calm down, right before the game started. And so at that point right there, I'm thinking, man, ain't nobody finna do nothing but run the ball today. You can't throw in this. But it was a quickly moving winter storm. And so you were able to have some normal football.
Yeah.
But Chuck, it was cold out there.
Yeah, it looked like it cold out there, bro.
It was cold out there, Chuck.
Yeah.
You get that snow in your beard.
Yeah, over there looking like Matthew Henson over there.
Yeah, Black Explorer, Negro Explorer.
Yeah. He could have easily said, I'm in the mountains out in the Alps somewhere,
Yeah, don't worry about that. Airbnb Rakim in the background. Trust me, I'm in the Alps.
Put a voiceover over that.
That Chico over there, my trusted guy, there with his mouth open. I told him the yellow snow is good luck. Find the yellow snow. Eat that.
He looked back to call Chico for help. To come hold the camera. Chico over there like this. Oh man, that's funny.
Chico, if you was, I'm not asking you something, I'm going to tell you something. If you was a Muppet, you would be Animal, that drummer for the band.
That's crazy one.
I was thinking Animal.
Chuck will be that damn eagle. Chuck will be Sam the Eagle, just serious. Don't know why how he work here. Like, what am I doing here?
Man. Dating ourselves. Muppet Show was so funny.
Georgia back there, their mouth open, man. Just like, what did he do?
All right, let's get it. That was just so funny. But we were talking about Colorado, and we was trying
Yeah.
to talk about Colorado and ending the season.
Yeah, well, you know, Chico, I would say this, man.
Mhm.
One of the things we did earlier in the week, programmatically, Coach Prime, Chico and Chuck, y'all know this from y'all film review days. When you're doing film, the first thing you show is the scoreboard because you want to see the score, the time on the clock, and the down and distance. And then you watch the play because all of that is relative to the play that's being called.
Mhm.
And so one bit of information out the other, you're not truly getting all you can from the film. And so he went through about 5 games this season where we were either tied, had the lead, or down by like 3. And you know, when you look at like the time on the scoreboard, the quarter, and you say, man, how the hell did we lose that game? Because if I just took the names of the teams off and what I was talking about and showed you, hey, it's 21-17 with 4 minutes left in the game. Who do you think won? You say the person with 21.
Mm.
And the lesson about how to win, how to finish games. You know, you throw out that what was that, the Utah game and the other one where it's like the blowouts. You had enough games to propel you into a bowl season where you were either in the lead, 2 times you were up 14. The other times you were down by a score less, and you didn't close out. And so you went into this game knowing, I mean, again, these guys just came off a 472-yard ground game. They rushed for 472 yards the week before. All we got to do is keep them under 200. Halftime, we had them at 56 yards.
Mhm. Did a great job that first half stopping the run,
Oh,
dog. I'm telling
yeah.
you.
And scoreboard, you not only you in the game tied. Matter of fact,
Mhm.
if the kick wasn't blocked, you're leading.
Yeah. Yep. That too.
But then look at the final score.
You
The
know,
final score will convince you that you just got whooped all game long when that be so far from the truth.
Mhm.
I think during the course of the season, I often found myself listening to you guys' commentary post game and things of that nature. But one question that I think I've always wanted to ask is there any point or any game that you can kind of put your hand on and say, here's where the disconnect happened? Or was there a disconnect?
Yeah, I would say all of them. Let me
I
give
would
you an
say
example.
I would say what was there a connect in the first
Yeah,
place
that's what I'm saying.
to
All of
be
them were
disconnected?
disconnected. Yeah, all
Yeah.
of them were disconnected. I would say
Mhm.
all of them. And I give you this, and I know it's going to come up later, and maybe this is a good segue to it. I don't care what Jeudy was saying. I don't care what Shadeur was saying. The fact that they were having that form of discussion with the play pad in their hands, I want that on my team. And
Okay.
when Chuck, you remember back to Jackson State, I don't care if it was Keith Corbin and Shadeur. I don't care if it's Shadeur using colorful language and telling Travis, well, bitch, catch the ball.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Shadeur and Jerry Jeudy tonight with the Browns. Show me a clip where you saw that in Colorado this year.
Hmm.
Nobody cared enough to argue.
Hmm.
And so to me, at some point, I really don't care what the fight is about. I don't care what the argument is about. Chico, you played and played at a high level. Man, fall camp don't start or spring camp don't start till we have our first fight.
True, in a sense, but I'm going to push back on it from this point of view. As if we're going to go ahead and go to that right quick on the Jerry Jeudy Shedeur Sanders situation. I want to say this: you can have a passionate discussion with your quarterback, but it looked like to me that he was trying to get Shadeur, as I said in my video, on his page rather than him get on Shadeur's page. And let me rephrase that and say this: forget the names. It looked like the wide receiver was trying to get the quarterback on his page rather than the wide receiver trying to get on the quarterback page. And at any point that I've ever seen, the wide receiver is going to lose that battle, dog. You need to try to get on the quarterback's page. And that's what I felt like was going on rather than having that discussion of here or there, or whatever. It looked like he was trying to make Shedeur or say this to Shedeur. Now, like I said, I didn't hear anything. I'm from the outside looking in. I'm just going off body language and what I thought. And I know what a relationship with a quarterback and wide receiver is. That's just my thought on that one right there.
So I would say this to that. Your summation is exactly right, because the quarterback is the one that's going to have the ball in his hand. Ultimately, he is going to be right. But I'll also say this is where you're wrong, or both of them are wrong. It ain't but one right, and that's the way the play is designed. And so if the play says it's a bang 8 and you bang 12, or you bang 6, or the quarterback told you to bang 4, you're wrong. Because what the OC drew up is right. And I don't know enough about what they were discussing to say who's right or wrong, but here's what I do know is right. That's the kind of passion that gets you W's. Because when you have people sitting on the bench and they can't talk to each other, they can't argue, they can't disagree with each other, they can't have a meeting of the minds, they can't have growing pains. Oh, man, I ain't going to say nothing, man. You say something to him. No, you say something to him. I ain't going to say nothing. Those losers. I'm going to take passion even unchallenged, because it's easier for me to pull back a pit bull than it is to get a chihuahua to act like one.
Yep. I feel you on that. I would just say this would be my challenge. I would say is Jerry Jeudy staying after to be with Shedeur, or is he shunning that, not going towards that? Is he coming in early to meet with Shedeur? Are they like, what's their relationship like? In the offseason, will he
Chico,
be there with Shedeur?
you making it about something that ain't about the clip, though. Because we don't know that.
Right. And that's why I'm saying I think that's important as far as how, because it's a thin line is what you're saying with the passion, and then what can be taken as disrespect or that can easily go, the wrong way. It's a thin line with that. And I think that's also goes back to how their relationship is, prior to this. You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you about their relationship prior to this. Let's say they got one. Cool. Check the box. Let's say they don't got one. They got one now. And I bet you that at the level that both of them want to win, I bet you ain't neither one of them walk from that conversation tripping like fans of each one of them walked away tripping.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's winning, man. That's winning. Like Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith argued. Michael Irvin and Troy Aikman argued. Look how many times Dak went up and down his bench, telling the offensive line, like, God damn, man, come on, man. Like that, if you don't have that kind of gumption to do that, and then if you don't have that kind of relationship to do that, what I'm telling you is your record is going to look like the Colorado Buffaloes record.
What happened when people used to see T.O. on the sideline talking to his quarterback like that? They would label it. Say it again, Chuck.
Jeff Garcia
and stuff.
They would label it, but they would label it. But what would Jeff Garcia and T.O. say about it?
Mm-hmm.
They would go ahead and whoop your ass next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my point.
It can definitely bond together.
Thank you. It ain't about
players.
the outside. Well, here's what y'all said all season long, rightly so, about the Colorado Buffaloes. Wasn't no leaders. Do you know the leadership it takes for a player to go up to the quarterback and have that kind of conversation? Right or wrong or indifferent. Just the fact to have it. When I saw last year Cameron Silver Craig at the end of practice huddle up the whole team and called him out. And y'all reshared that. Y'all love that shit. Rightly so. I say, hey, why don't we be a little patient and see what comes from this conversation? Because Shedeur's post-game press conference, he wasn't tripping.
No.
Jerry Judy's trees ain't tripping. The only people that's tripping is the people on one side or the other. Man, how dare he talk to my guy like that? When you don't even know what's being said. You don't even know what the play is.
You don't.
And what I say is, do whatever the hell it takes to get on the same page. It's a step short of fist fighting because it's a professional environment. Well, you shouldn't be out there slugging it out. But a conversation, an animated conversation, man, I wish Colorado Buffaloes would have. Because again, I'm going to leave it at this. I'm going to leave it at this, Chico. Y'all didn't say a word when Shedeur and Travis did it last year.
Right.
Shedeur called that man a B word.
I think that people
tried
to make it. Yeah, I think that people tried to make it a big issue. But the thing is, people, I think, has seen the relationship between Travis and Shedeur previous.
And they had to start somewhere.
Yeah, it did have to
And
start
just because
somewhere.
you saw it, because you saw the cameras, you take it as a negative when it could be the most positive thing in the world. It's just like the couple games ago when whoever was covering the game replayed that clip. Coach Prime was walking down the sideline yelling. Rob Livingston happened to be in front of him. He wasn't even talking to Rob Livingston. He was talking to the headset.
Mm-hmm.
But now if he was getting his ass kicked and standing there, chewing on gum and acting nonchalant, oh, Prime don't care no more. But then he on the sideline yelling, "Man, who you talking to like that?"
Yeah.
No win
Well,
situation.
That's why when they say block out the noise, the people in the stands don't matter. The only thing that matters was in this building. Because
it's
we know what we
always going to
got and
be
we know how we talk to each other.
when there's cameras on everyone and millions of people are watching. There are always going to be outside noise and opinions, and that's why when you're in house, you got to keep it in house. That's why my mom used to say when we was little, boy, don't discuss nothing that goes on outside my house. You understand me? I
And then
run
you
this.
said, "Mama, all our windows
Here
up.
you go.
They can hear it anyway."
Well, if they can hear it anyway, they're gonna still be discussing it. But we're gonna deal with what's going on in here, and that's
Mama,
what they're doing in the Cleveland
Mama,
Browns
you
locker
put my
room.
ass on the front porch. I ain't had to discuss it. Everybody
Okay,
seen it.
so they're out there arguing on the sideline, or discussing, or having a conversation, or just speaking loudly at each other on the sideline. And it could have been a nice thing. They could have been saying, "Man, I love your cologne. I like your uniform. I like the way you throw those
Which
balls."
is Chico, which
Pause,
is
pause,
why
pause.
here's
But
Chico,
the
which
point
is where I
is,
started with
yeah,
this is why I started where I started, and I'll end the same place. I don't care what they were saying. I don't care who was right or wrong. I'm celebrating the passion of a team that is fucking losing, having at least two leaders on the team that were willing to have an uncomfortable conversation about the situation.
and
That's a different perspective. Look at it because
that's what I'm saying, Chuck. That's a
outside
different
looking at it, it
perspective.
looks like a tantrum. So it's
And
like,
It does.
yeah.
now let me say
But
this,
but but
because
what I'm saying, even if it was a tantrum,
Mhm.
would you rather have a tantrum or everybody sitting on their hands and the scoreboard just getting away from us?
no, I feel you on that, Unc. But I'm just saying this, that I feel like it's a fine line there. It's a cliff
And
there. You
Chico,
can
let
go
me
up
let me
that
tell you
cliff,
what
and
you let me tell you what you
that's what
feel like,
me
Chico.
saying.
Let me tell you what you feel like, Chico. And
Tell me.
I don't have a time machine and I can't make this happen over and do differently. But you have a totally different position if it looked like Shedeur was yelling at Jerry.
No, I wouldn't.
Your
I'm gonna
guy,
tell you
your
why.
guy was catching the brunt of
You
it, and
see,
you're biased just like I am.
no. And see, that's what I'm trying to make sure I make clear right here. It's not about my guy, and that's why I
That is.
said it's about the wide receiver or receiver and the quarterback,
But
which
what if the
I
wide
spoke
receiver is
from.
right?
Wait. Because I spoke from the position of being that wide receiver who felt like he was
10-4.
right. Okay. So
Yeah.
what I mean is this: it doesn't matter whether you was right or wrong. You need to get on the quarterback's page.
Okay, but what if
Okay.
that conversation was so he could get on the quarterback page?
Okay. Well, you need to do that then. Find out a way to do it. But
See, that's
what
my
it looked
point.
like, what it looked
That's
like
my
right
point. You're
there,
going off
what it
what it
looks like.
looked like
What I'm saying
because
is,
it looked like your guy was catching
no,
the.
it ain't got nothing to do with my guy though.
Yeah, it
For real.
do. Yeah, it
I'm
do.
just talking
And,
about
and
wide
the
receiver
conversation's
and
gonna be
quarterback.
pointless until you own that. Because you're gonna find a way. When the bottom line is, once again,
No,
Chico
I
and his
made sure I said that
expertise,
even before.
just like you looked at them people in the stands and they had on two Shedeur jerseys and they were hugging each other. Shedeur Sanders is so good, he's making marriages get back together. Look at these two people.
That was an obvious joke.
Chico,
That
do
was
you
an
know them
obvious
people?
joke.
He's like, no, I just made that shit up. Like,
That was because it was an obvious joke. Obvious joke. Just like this was lighthearted too. But at the same
it still
time,
is. What you thought you
I
say
came from
was.
yeah, but I came
It
from a
still is
perspective
lighthearted.
of I know that, put it like this. I'll just say this. I would be passionate, and I can understand Jeudy if he was just passionate. It's just a fine line. And I think it's all based off of your relationship with that quarterback. And what you're saying is that could be the start of the relationship
I will say what
that could build right
I'll
there.
say what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't need you to say what
Well,
I'm saying.
okay, well, what I'm getting from you is a different perspective of that, which could be a good thing and a good starting point where they can build from. And I was just saying that it's a fine line between for that, because he could be so disrespectful that, like, no, I'm not coming back from that.
And what
You
I'm
see what I'm
saying to
saying?
you, Chico, what I'm saying to you simply is, Chico, the fact that they had it during a game maybe the building process has already happened. That's why it
That's what I
happened.
just said. Okay.
No, that ain't what you just said. You said this could be the
No.
start. The
Okay,
start was
right,
probably
right.
last week. That's why it happened.
Right.
And when
right,
I'm
okay.
telling to you, as we have this Colorado discussion, I wish
that somebody would have done that.
that somebody, I don't care if it was Georgia Tech when it was tied up. I don't care if it was after the block field goal where we just leave Kansas City and we going in Kansas State and we going in tied. I wish we would have had to have a lineman pull somebody apart. Say, hey, man, y'all talk about the locker room. I wish.
Let me say this
because
I love when me and you are kind of like on the opposite side of it.
Oh, that's every day then. You love life.
I like every day. But let me say this. I love when the chat also come in and help a brother out. You know what I mean? And here's my point right here.
And you know I love Chico before you go to the chat bring it up. I don't need the chat support.
Well, I do then, goddammit.
Exactly.
I appreciate the chat.
Because
I appreciate y'all. No, because I ain't know, you know what? I appreciate y'all, chat. Let me just say that. Chat made this point right here. That passion you're talking about and that fine line I'm talking about. Draymond Green and Kevin Durant. Draymond called that man a bitch on the sideline, and that severed their whole relationship in the championship run. But was it passion? Was it a tantrum? Who knows? But the point is, that was the breaking point, dog. Because you just crossed the line that didn't need to be crossed.
Let me say this to the person who. Let me say this to the person who. Let me say this to the person who typed it.
No, say it to me.
No, I'm saying to the person who typed it. I'm saying to the person who typed it and you. That ain't got shit to do with what I'm talking about. Because no. How many championships Golden State won before that happened?
That's the point. They were winning.
How many championships?
He severed it. He killed.
Okay. How many champions? You're right, Chico. Next subject. You're right.
No, I ain't gonna say that. Go ahead. Finish.
No, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm done with it.
Because you know.
Because here's the thing about it, Chuck. Mm-hmm. Never in my presentation have I said Chico is wrong.
And never have I said you was wrong.
But he got to have the fucking last word on it. So I'm trying to give him the last word because it's like no other point. It's like a quarter can't have heads and tails. It just got to be on his side. It's heads.
No, I just said I'm just making my point.
And then I made my point. Yours. And then the chat backed me up, so I must be right on mine because they said Kevin Durant a bitch.
Oh my gosh. Who said anything about being right or wrong?
You, because you keep going back to it all. Because as a receiver, I could tell you.
Yeah.
And that's the OC. The OC saying both of y'all wrong. He ran the wrong fucking route, and you didn't go to progressions right.
Okay. Well, they'll find out whoever wrong or right or indifferent or whatever.
I'm telling you,
in the meeting room.
As a guest sitting on the sideline watching Colorado football, which is the point we were discussing, Chuck.
Right.
I wish I'd have seen that. Mm-hmm. I wish I'd have seen somebody go up to K Salt with the pad and say, damn, man. I wish I'd have seen K Salt go up to somebody. I wish I'd have seen you. I wish anybody. I wish the water boy would have went up to the water girl and said, hey, that's too much Gatorade.
So in your evaluation of what needs to be recruited for Colorado coming in, you got to have somebody with some more dog in them, so to speak.
Yeah, period. And it doesn't matter about right or wrong. It is so easy to say when Cameron Silman Craig did that presentation post-practice that he could have done that in the locker room. It's so easy to say that, man, he crossed the line when he pointed. It's so easy to say that. Mm-hmm. It's real easy to say 93 too.
You ain't lying. Well,
yeah. Versus 3 or whatever it is.
Let us know what y'all think. Need to put his end on it. I put my end on it. Y'all let us know what y'all think.
I know what I think, Chico.
I thought it was over. Oh, damn.
It is over if you let me pivot. God damn, man. Get your ass over. Chuck. Away from the ball, man.
This nigga called the Kobe ISO.
Yeah. I'm dribbling the top of the key and here he comes. Bringing his man.
Hey.
Back over there, man. Oh.
They gonna need your pick. Damn. I always trying to set a pick.
We finna run a whole other play. Well, I thought it was over, D. Oh, timeout, man. Damn.
Chico, why you trying? Let me stop. Go ahead. Y'all was trying to set picks on folks. You're supposed to set pick like this, dog. Not like this.
So what I was trying to do, Chuck, what I was trying to do. Here's what I was trying to do. I was trying to say, I don't care if you're in the right or wrong, but if you find yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time, there's no better time to call 504 Big Mama. That's what I was trying to do, Chico. I was trying to. There we go.
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
Big Mama.
That's what I was trying to do. I looked up. He done brought his man over here. Now I got a double team.
A gratuitous double team.
Yeah.
I said no hunch picks, man.
Now
Oh,
I'm trapped, you know. Boy.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to our sponsors, though. Mr. Denise Smith, State Farm agent, and Big Mama's Bail Bonding. Make sure y'all hit them up. Y'all see the number and the info right there on your screens. We'll come back to them later on once again. Also,
And Chico, I cannot forget, man. You know, I'm sitting here at the beautiful Broker Inn, Boulder, Colorado, and down here in the bar area. You see wide screen one side, Chico. Look at this shot behind me. This ain't no green screen.
that's right. That ain't a green screen.
There ain't no green screen. You can touch this stuff. I can touch this stuff back here. But I can knock on that. This ain't the piano that be in Chuck house. We can touch this stuff.
Your hand go right through it.
This ain't Chuck. This ain't Chuck set up. Y'all know what to do, man. If you ever in Boulder, Colorado, when you're coming for a game, business, sightseeing, doesn't matter what you're coming for. If you check in, hit them up, reservations online, and call the phone number. Let them know Uncle Neely sent you. Those two words, Uncle and Neely, together will get you 20% off your stay. Been a wonderful partner for the football season. We're going to continue it for spring ball. And already, Chico, have agreed that we're doing it for next fall as well. So shout out to the Broker Inn for hosting us on these Sunday nights. And any other night that we want to come in here, they let us come in here.
They let you come in with a little, you know what? I ain't going to say that. I'm going to say a little sneaky link or something like that. But don't worry about it. Don't answer that question, Unc. We're going to go to the next subject.
Chuck, now I know how you feel when I be saying windy shit. Now I know how you feel. It's like, this dude just threw a grenade in my lap and walked off like...
Just a question. Oh, God. Y'all silly tonight, dog.
It was incorrigible, man. Like,
really tonight.
Uncle, you out there with your mouth open?
He know he was, Chuck. He just ain't want to admit it. It's all right, though.
Yeah, wow.
Chuck.
Yo.
Man, for the culture, man. Give us something for the culture, man.
No doubt. Well,
oh, wait, before you go, Chico. That's a brilliant point on the screen right there, Ms. Dawn Duncan. That's a brilliant point on the screen.
I'm learning.
That's a brilliant point. I'd have told the man you won going on now. He keep on coming back.
All right. I'm going to let you and Chuck have the stage for a second while I go.
No, it's Chuck's stage, man. We're going to hear from him. I'm going to tee it up for him, Chuck. You can find him on Inside the HP Sports Lab, Sunday, Tuesdays, Thursday. You catch him on, man, everything from HBCU Gold, Swag TV. I think they even got him up on the pay-per-view at the gas pumps in Vicksburg when you pump your gas at the weigh station. You come on the little screen. Chuck, been a lot happening since we had you on. The SWAC championship is set, but I want to go back and take the road leading up to that real quick. Because we didn't get to touch on those games and some nail biters, et cetera, et cetera. So I know we got a SWAC championship December 6th, Jackson, Mississippi, Jackson State, Prairie View, but go back a week or two if you don't mind.
Sure, and let's go back to MEAC game that set up who the MEAC representative will be in the Celebration Bowl. Huge game between South Carolina State and Delaware State. When you take a look at Deshaun Jackson, bringing Delaware State out of nowhere to have them playing for an opportunity to get to a bowl game. Chennis Berry in his second year at South Carolina State, and South Carolina State goes up to Dover, Delaware, and they get the win. They will be the representative for the MEAC in the Celebration Bowl. Of course, Celebration Bowl, that game is played between the SWAC representative and the MEAC representative. So South Carolina State, they're going back-to-back seasons. Chennis Berry has done a tremendous job since coming over from Benedict to take over that program at South Carolina State, and they are right back in the mix playing for an HBCU national championship. That being said, we go back and we track sort of a Prairie View. They are winners of the SWAC West, so they will be playing in the SWAC championship. And then we kind of take a look at what Jackson State has been able to do over the past couple of weeks. Huge game against Bethune-Cookman, where they get a late interception. They run it back, a final score 28-13. And then we fast forward to the Soul Bowl weekend, where Jackson State is playing Alcorn State, and it is a nip-tuck game in front of 40,000 fans. Tremendous game, but Jackson State was able to pull it out, and probably I've seen something that I've never seen. Jackson State actually fumbled the ball in victory formation, and it gave Alcorn another couple opportunities for Hail Marys in the end zone, but Jackson State was able to turn away the Alcorn State Braves, probably one of the best Soul Bowls that I've seen in quite some time, in that Jackson State, quite honestly, was favored in that game, but Alcorn met them from a physicality standpoint. That's not something that I've seen in the past couple of seasons, at least, with Jackson State football. They played a tremendous game. You got to give a lot of kudos to Cedric Thomas in terms of how Alcorn was able to turn their season around toward the second half of the season. But all that being said, SWAC championship is set between Jackson State and Prairie View this upcoming weekend. That game will be played in Jackson. We'll take a look at some of the games that were played this past weekend. We had the Bayou Classic, Grambling, and Southern. Southern has been a rough season for Southern. Only one win going into that game, and guess what? They get the upset over Grambling. Tremendous game played by Southern. Fred McNair was able to salvage another victory for the Southern Jaguars, and we pivot. Now Southern looking for a coach. Of course, news is out, and there'll be a press conference on tomorrow. Colorado's Marshall Falk will be the new head coach for the Southern Jaguars. So we'll see what Coach Falk is able to bring back to this once proud, really proud fan base that is down there at Southern. They are starving to get back on the winning track. So that's a huge hire with regards to what Southern is going to do. And then we kind of take a look at kind of setting up this. Well, let me go back. You talk about one of the head scratchers for the season, Mississippi Valley State, literally one win going into a game against Florida A&M, and Mississippi Valley got an upset win over Florida A&M that kind of, just turned a lot of heads. We'll kind of see what happens with regards to Florida A&M's program, because that was one that nobody could have fathomed happen, but now Valley has beaten Florida A&M 2 years in a row. So a lot of heat down there on Coach James Colsey with regards to getting that Florida A&M program back. They've kind of turned a 180 since Willie Simmons left and going to Florida International. So back-to-back seasons now where Florida A&M has not had an opportunity to play for the SWAC championship after winning the Celebration Bowl. So we talked about how fan bases can kind of turn on you. This is one of those cases where Florida A&M, it's pretty tough down there in Tallahassee with regards to how they finished up the season. A huge loss in the Florida Classic against Bethune-Cookman, another last-second loss, and then that loss yesterday to Mississippi Valley. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this upcoming week with regards to Florida A&M's program. So take a look at the SWAC championship game. Both teams are really mirror images of each other. When I first saw Prairie View early in this season, I told a lot of people that they remind me of Jackson State's team from last year. They are a run-heavy team that can get you with play action. They have one of the top receivers in the SWAC. They have the number one defense in the SWAC. And those are all things that we could have said about Jackson State on last year. That being said, Jackson State, tremendous playmakers beyond just the running game. They always beat you up from a physical standpoint in terms of running the football. In fact, last week was the first game in probably 8 or 9 games where Jackson State had not run over 200 yards. So from a physicality standpoint, these teams are going to be hitting each other in the mouth pretty hard this upcoming weekend. I'm looking forward to that matchup. There are going to be a lot of nuances in terms of who comes away with the victory in the SWAC championship game. And the forecast looks like rain this upcoming weekend in Jackson. So we'll see how that plays out as well.
Yeah, I'll start where you finished that, Chuck. One of the things I love about this SWAC championship matchup is Jackson State's quote unquote, as far as the season went, I know there's some quarterback injuries here and there, but as far as the season went, one of the most prolific passing offenses in the conference. And then you have Prairie View with one of the most prolific secondaries and defense as far as stopping the pass game in the SWAC. So, anytime you have a team that's facing each other and what one does best at, the other one does the opposite best at, it becomes who's going to keep each other below or above their own averages. If Prairie View can successfully keep Jackson State from passing prolifically, and if it sounds like rain, the weather may help in that. But Jackson State doesn't only have three backs that can all three get 100 yards in the game. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. You can move 8 up, or drop 5. We'll see how it goes. But kudos to the SWAC championship, and again, the formula of the team with the best record hosting, it gives teams something to fight for all year long, not just to win, but win all your games. And so to be in Jackson there again. Going back before that, Chuck, one thing I loved about all of these, even though they were regular season games, I'm gonna call them quarterfinal and semifinal matchups, is how many of them went down to the final plays of games.
Yeah.
And it was like in one weekend to the next weekend, you had about 5 games that were not decided until the last 20 seconds of play or even less. And so
Yeah.
shout out to this parity, that's now in the SWAC of no one just running away with dominance and it's 56-0. You got games that fans you don't want to leave early because they're going down to the last tick of the top. And then finally, man, shout out to Coach Buckley up there in Valley, man.
Yeah.
I think that rightly so, Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick, coming right after Coach Prime. And now you got Coach Falk, which I'm going to touch on, going to Southern. People forget about how good of a football player in college and the pros Terrell Buckley was. For him to take that job at Valley, where you got to claw your way up out of that, and to now beat FAMU, a quote-unquote powerhouse in the East, no matter what their record is this year, you're facing a true program. For him to be able to pull off that win, you still have the hurdle of the talent and what's left of the talent that you can attract to come live for 3 or 4 years in Itta Mississippi. Pine Bluff faces that same thing. But what a testament to his coaching and his staff to be able to play blue bloods like that and not only compete but to win.
Yeah, and the win, and that was a tremendous win. And I've had a good fortune of broadcasting a lot of his games this past season. And week in, week out, when we sort of do our broadcast meeting, he'll tell me week in, week out that they are just a play away. They're here, they're so close. He can touch it, he can taste it, and for them to finally get over the hump, I had to even just reach out to him and text him and say, "Man, congratulations! You've been
Good deal.
fighting and scrapping for it all season." So kudos to Coach.
Proud, not surprised, but proud of you for doing that, man. It reminds me of although it was not given the opportunity to fully develop, it reminds me of when Dancy was at Valley and was turning it around. I think quality coaching, man, really makes up for a lack of resources, makes up for geographic challenges. And I don't think Buckley gets enough shout outs to what he's done in Itta, Mississippi, up there at the Valley.
Up there at the Valley, no doubt about it. And then you mentioned it, Coach Falk coming down to Southern. And, a lot of times we sort of joke with regards to the Southwestern Athletic Conference. It's a little better when Jackson State's up there, when Southern's up there. It creates a very interesting dynamic within the conference where you have two extremely, and I say they're kind of SEC type fan bases that really follow their teams, get behind their teams, travel with their teams. So that'll be sort of interesting to sit back and watch with regards to how they look over the next couple seasons. And, I'll take a point of privilege here. I remember there was a very, very local fan base that, was, throwing it out there in terms of what Jackson State was not going to be able to do when Coach Prime was at Jackson State. So, now interesting how the shoe is on the other foot. So.
Yeah, it is. And, I always took the truthful road for myself. And everything that Southern was saying about Jackson State when Jackson State hired Deion Sanders, I would have been saying about Southern if they hired Deion Sanders. Because that's just the nature of our relationship. It's all love till it ain't.
Right.
But I think that one of the things that Coach Prime was able to inherit when he walked into JSU, I think we were at 4 wins when he got the job, 4-7 versus Southern at a 1-10. Uh, you had this mythical alignment of not only coming off the pandemic and people getting the extra year, but also the transfer portal was just emerging. And since that time, you've had 2 windows of the portal. Now it's back down to one with a December one. And so I would say to the Southern fan base out there, uh, 1 year of now this ain't Coach Fall talking because he don't play. This is just me. 1 year of grace because he's taking the job as a portal is opening. And
Mm,
so much of his team is likely to be the same team. And then next year season 2027 is when you will first see a Marshall Falk program.
mm,
2026 is going to kind of be what it is because he's taking a job, as a season and recruiting period is coming to a close. Signing day is Tuesday. He gets
mm,
announced on Monday.
mm.
And so I say the same thing about Lane Kiffin. Yeah, Lane Kiffin is going to be able to, as a head coach, bring players from Ole Miss.
Sure.
That's different from a position coach at a program. Coach Prime was a head coach at Jackson State and was able to bring some of his Louis luggage, to Colorado. That's a different thing for a position coach. But expect, a coach or two from the Colorado staff to join Coach Falk. One namely, played at Southern Baton Rouge.
Mm.
Yeah, so I thought that'd bring a smile to your face. So he'll
It's
be
pretty cool.
joining Coach. He'll be joining Coach Falk down there in the secondary room, and I'm looking forward to it, man. One thing I've learned in this past season with Marshall Falk is equal to or probably greater than his playing ability, his cerebral approach to the game. Like the guy's football IQ. You go back and watch clips, and it's him telling Peyton Manning what the formation is. It's him, calling out the call for the offensive line. The guy knows football, and because he's so deft, DEFT at the offensive side of the ball, he knows what defenses have to do to stop it. I'm looking forward to his future staff announcements. But when you talk about a individual talent, when you talk about just a high football IQ, Marshall Falk is one of the highest football IQs I've ever met.
And let me ask about that. And I know we're up against it, but I wanted to touch on that real quick. A lot of times with hires, you sort of pro football guys, they're kind of slammed with the celebrity moniker. But I don't think people understand, and you just touched on it, the cerebral approach that these guys have brought to the game. I've told you, I'd just be blown away just sitting around listening to Prime, talk about what's happening on film and things of that nature. But just, I think there's a correlation, when you start taking a look at a lot of these guys with pro football experience and what they're able to bring back, to these programs and whatnot, especially from a studying standpoint and to increase the football IQ part.
Yeah, and his standard is the standard. His work ethic is the work ethic. Uh, I'm going to stop short of saying like anal to the point of being a perfectionist, but he certainly is very detail oriented. As far as your foot placement as a back, where you push off. Matter of fact, I remember vividly during this offseason, he was working with Michael Welch, and he was trying to tell Michael Welch, how to get tackled, to preserve your body, to get that extra yard, to preserve your body. He said, Neither, when I found out how much Micah likes or goes toward the contact, now it's my job to teach him how to do it his way safely. So turn your shoulder like this, protect the ball like this, because that's the way you want to do it. Let me show you how to get the best out of your style. And he can do that like with every position on the field. And Chuck, we were fortunate enough that we never grew up in an era, Chico, Selma, Alabama, you and I, Mississippi. We never grew up in an era that we had to choose between a water fountain. We drank out of the fountain we wanted to drink out of.
Sure.
But we do remember a football where people who look like us were not allowed to play the middle of the field. You can't play safety. You can't play center. You can't play quarterback because those are the cerebral positions. And a lot of the success that the greatest show on turf got with Warner or the Colts got with Peyton Manning rightly so goes toward those quarterbacks. But I would challenge you to whether it was the pistol formation or he was lined up to the left or right. Look how much communication Marshall Faulk was doing to the quarterback, for the quarterback, and to the offensive line. Like he really was a RB slash QB from the cerebral standpoint of it. And I'm looking forward to him taking that, to Southern and restoring them to the prominence that they're once historically known for. But again, I'm gonna say like I started off, you can't expect that half a year turnaround that Deion Sanders got between the COVID spring and that fall, because not only did you have people who got another year because of COVID, you had this new thing called the transfer portal, and talent was brought in. His dogs, as he would call it, was brought in.
Sure.
And I don't know how much opportunity Coach Falk is going to have like that. Week one consigning day is Tuesday.
No doubt, no doubt. And before we get out of here, let me show some love. Albany State, huge win this past weekend in Division II playoffs, where they knocked off fellow HBCU Benedict College. That was the third game that they've played this season. The last two extremely close. They played in the SIAC championship. They won the first round of their playoff game. They met in the second round, and Albany State was able to get the victory. So now Albany State will be taking on Newberry now in the semifinals of the Division II playoffs.
Heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Big Dog
ladies
Frico.
and gentlemen, who?
That's Big Dog Frico.
Uncle Knee Deep.
Chico, I'm gonna save them for Christmas because it was a holiday question. It had two feud questions. One was about holiday dinner, and then what you hear around the holiday table. Appreciate all the Uncle Delegates who responded to the email, but we'll save that when we get closer to the Christmas show. But if y'all want to do a few, now I keep other categories on stack now. If you and Chuck are itching to go at it one time,
keep them on deck, man.
It almost feels sacrilegious without Arlie.
Yeah, we don't want to do it without Arlie, and plus it's first day of Advent. I need to go to church. Y'all don't have to believe that, but that's where I'm going.
Hell no, we don't believe it. If you going with a brick in your hand to bust a window again.
Try to do better in life. That's all.
Oh, that's good.
Y'all for coming out.
I always try to do better.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it's about. You know what I mean? With that passion, just can't go over that line. Just can't go over that line.
Absolutely.
Can't cross that line.
Absolutely.
You can't be clapping your hands like this at me.
Even if I'm saying, come on, dog, you better than that. I believe in you.
Bullshit. No, man. I'm a communications major, and I did make some C's. You know what I mean?
Throw some C's on that bitch. Chico got his report card, y'all. He looked again. He went to the teacher desk. He said, man, but any way you could do a rich boy. She said, rich boy? He said, throw some C's on this bitch.
C's get degrees. C's get degrees. I'm sure you heard that before, Unc.
No, I heard it's better to cheat than repeat.
That's a fact.
Fact.
Hey, let me see. We got a super chat, $20 super chat. Excuse me. Hey, all. Do you think Coach Grimes' absence in the spring affected players from rising up to become leaders on the team?
I don't. Excellent question. I think on the surface, a quick answer would be yes, but I'm gonna tell you why it's a no. He didn't miss a day of spring ball, and then the next portion where he was quote unquote out, that was during strength and conditioning, where coaches are not allowed, to be around anyway. So he wouldn't have been doing any evaluation directly other than what the strength and conditioning staff recommended to him. And he was there for all of fall camp. And so let's imagine, if you want to short answer, say, yes, it had impact. You're with these guys a whole another 5 weeks from the last week of July to Georgia Tech game. At some point, somebody's got to emerge. And in the words of Marshall Faulk, Chuck, no slight to my specialist, love your motto, mate, but I ain't never been on a team, where the damn punter was the captain. Like that just shows you.
That's a statement made by the coach, I think. And for no player, I don't know if any player, but from what I know, for no player to really step up after that, after he's seeing that and saying that, shit, I'm the leader of this team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man. Well, I think Ben Finisef, who said he's coming back next year, he said he kind of looked at everything and said that he felt like he probably can come back next year and do better than what he did this year. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
So
think
shout out to Ben.
it was some people that were very capable of speaking, but just chose not to because it was uncomfortable. And you know, not to rehash it, but when we talk about passion and situations, sometimes people got to do what's uncomfortable. And when everybody just want to get along and don't say nothing, that's how you end up with 3 wins.
That's a fact. You heard Myles Garrett say that in the post game today. He said, "Listen, man, don't worry about being cautious of saying something to somebody on the team, because if you're out there on the football field, you're making plays, you have a voice, you can say something. Once you're in between those lines, and you contributing shit, you can say something."
Chico, I tell everybody, I got a little boat on the reservoir in Jackson. And I tell everybody, anybody, young or old, male or female, go out on my boat. I say, look, you see something, say something. It's my boat. I'm driving. But don't see something in the water and then I hit it and be like, oh, I was going to say something. Or don't see another boat coming. But I was going to. Now, if you see something, say something. Don't sit back and be like, oh, I'm a guest. I'm just visiting. No, dog.
No.
It's too much at
All
stake.
eyes. Yeah.
Like,
all
you
eyes.
see something, say something. And I think we had too many people who saw stuff and for whatever the reason was, chose to not say anything.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like you said, that'll get you to 3 max wins on the season, dog.
Yeah.
Got to do better than that. And I think they will. Coach Prime, I think he just posted a picture with one of the 4-star linebackers. He just got this guy here is a baller too. Colton Jr., I think his name is.
Yeah.
I think look him up more. Yeah.
I think that's it.
Big time baller.
Linebacker. Yeah.
I can look at some ballers. I can
one
look
thing
at
I
some
would say,
players
man,
tell them when they're a baller.
and again, this is globally Chuck and Chico. I know we rapping. God bless the guys, man, who have these decisions to make about transferring. I am always pro portal, pro freedom of choice of the player, even the choice, even if it turns out to be a bad decision. Like, that's how you grow, right? Like, you grow doing uncomfortable things. So God bless them in their decision making and bless their discernment. But you're up also against something that you really can't compete with, Chuck, and that's the simplicity of the mathematics. We all know, I don't care if you're standing in Georgia room next to Kirby Smart. I don't care if you're standing in Colorado with Coach Prime. 95% of this room ain't going pro. So the only chance that you really have to make money playing football is this NIL stuff you're getting right now. And who am I to sit back and say that 95,000 from this university should be enough instead of going to that other one for 135? That gap right there, man, could be the difference in your family surviving. Now, I don't know those things. And so I'm not going to piss on you for those decisions. I will say this. For that 5% that's going pro, you really have to evaluate not the check today, but the future check, because staying with the right kind of scheme, the right kind of coaches, you look at the offensive line and what you got with Gunnar White, George Hageman, and Andre Gerard. You probably can't find a better setup to get you to the next level anywhere in college football. So to leave for $20,000 more, that may not be the best thing in that situation. But when you're a guy that's not going pro, and you're just going to enter the professional space in general, I mean, how do you tell a kid don't maximize?
Sure.
And the truth is, the super majority of people that transfer because of more money. Money in college football are married and they ain't divorcing no time soon. And so when you see a guy leaving, you're like, oh man, something must be wrong. I'm telling y'all, 9.5 out of 10 times, it ain't that something's wrong. Somebody had a bigger bag, and why wouldn't that kid pursue that bigger bag?
Yeah. I said this, though, from a player perspective, and I didn't play in the NIL era, but I could kind of put myself in that situation. If I'm a star left tackle, if I'm a star wide receiver, and I'm in that position already at Colorado, I have all the eyeballs I can get on me. I have all the opportunity because I'm that number one guy, right? If I'm already projected to be a top player, like what am I really leaving for? To play more football against tougher opponents to prove what? I'm already projected number one or whatever, number two. Am I going to affect that even, that much more? No. Is it about the money? Unc just broke that down. Why you should go ahead and stay there because the money going to be there on the back end. So if I'm those guys, I'm definitely going to stay right there in that spotlight and try to be that anchor and to build up. And then the last point I made was that legacy, the legacy you leave behind. Where you're going to come back to when it's all said and done. Do you want your numbers up there in the rafters? Possibly. Do you want to be celebrated when you come back somewhere? Or you want to be that traveling guy that goes here and then now it's kind of like when you're done, where am I really going to go
Chico,
back?
you preached a wonderful word there. Amen. Everything you just said, sign my name to it. And I got to throw a butt on it. It ain't a butt because I disagree. It's a butt that 23 to 17-year-olds don't think like that.
Yeah.
They're not thinking about legacy.
Yeah.
In as much as like I can tell them, hey dog, now that you got this NIL money, man, $250 a month in an interest earning account, a low risk account, a 10% earning account. You know, when you 50, you have $1 million because of the compounding interest. They ain't hearing that, man. They want to go get a chain.
Yeah.
And what you just said about legacy is so vitally important because we have seasoned eyes looking back on it. Well, they don't have the kind of eyes that can look forward that far. And so it literally is about right down to them. It's about this semester. And most it's about this year, this academic year. How do I maximize my dollars this academic year? And it's a fortunate thing. And then finally people are getting compensated for what they have been pillaged by these universities for generations. But it's an unfortunate thing, and that it does open up the window for bad advice, for bad decision making, that really can haunt you for the years to come.
Yep. Facts on top of facts. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have reached that part of the show where we're going to say thank you guys for coming out. I want y'all to have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys in the morning.
I got one question, Chuck. I'm sorry, Chico, because I could have texted this, but Chuck, you off this week too?
I'm off. Yeah, I mean, I'll be coming in for the SWAC championship game, but I don't have I'm doing the.
No, I'm talking about this week.
Yeah,
weekdays. Yes. All right, I'm gonna hit you up, man. Stop in on the morning run one these days.
Sure.
Wait, hold up, and before we get up out of here, I want to make sure we give a shout out, blessings, well wishes, and a big thank you for Shiggity, because Mama Tia is back in the building. Let's go, baby.
That's me running around the room like I'm at the church sanctified.
Shouts out to Mama Tia is in the building. We hope you're doing well and recovering.
Got an email from Mama T. I screenshot it to you and Dukes. Yeah. It was last month.
You mean before? Okay, yeah. For sure. Yep.
Yeah, man. Great to see and hear from you in this venue. And Mama T, boy, I'll tell you what. On the last day of the month of Thanksgiving, boy, something thankful for. We're going into December hot.
And it's the holiday season. Whoop-de-doo. It is the holiday season, right? Hold on, time out. Thought about this earlier, Unc. Doesn't it sound like the same guy singing all the holiday songs?
Which one should you go in the elevator
about
music?
Name a holiday song. It all sound the same, doesn't it?
Burl Ives.
Neil Torme.
Who sings those holiday songs?
Yeah.
The LeBang Crosby
Yeah.
Oh man, another shout out, man. Shout out to my little mans. I'm gonna send you something, man. My bad. I ain't been in your life like I should have.
What?
my little man Chico son, my son. Little Chico had a birthday the other day. I love I know it's going.
Happy birthday! I put happy birthday Juju in the chat. Happy birthday,
gonna,
my son Juju. His third birthday.
It's gonna come a
yesterday.
Thanksgiving where they're gonna be like, "Boy, you know ain't your daddy." One of them drunk uncles be like, "I can't take it no more. Y'all been lying there, boy, too long." His daddy, the one with the beard, that be on there late at night with Chico. Shout out to Lil Jew man. Happy birthday, Lil Jew man.
That is crazy. Oh my gosh! All right,
Chico joke look just like you, man. That joke eyes closed when he laugh.
See, y'all thought I was playing. See, I told you. Everybody used to say, "Stop lying, boy. You high as hell." I'm like, "Dog, hey, you smoked that today."
Lil Chico.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I had to give my man's a birthday shout out, man.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate that, Unc. For all the people out there checking in, we appreciate y'all. Put your W's in the chat for Professor Chuck Bishop, for the badass Uncle Neely. I'm Big Dog Chico. We're gonna be up and about of here. Peace in the Middle East. Thank y'all.
So
all
what
for
it was
the
that said, "Tell Uncle Neely to get his clown ass out of here. You come clown these nuts."
Damn, I didn't see that.
I saw it. That shit don't bother me, man. Like, look. Hey, I'm Lane Kiffin, dog. Y'all can boo all y'all want. Like this, I don't give a damn, man, about that. Hey, you call if you take Black and Lane and put it together, I'm Lane Kiffin, man. I don't care. Look, hey, no, I'm getting on this plane. I'm getting on this plane.
We was out of here. Land the plane,
you at the fist booing, and I'm getting on this plane. Blaine Kiffin out.
Boom. That's what y'all get.
We hate you, Neely. Hey, flight attendants, prepare for cross check.
I
don't know what the hell cross check is. I don't know what cross check is, but we prepared for it.
They had the gay yelling. Fuck you.
The gate booing. That man getting on the G7 with a wet ball for a trip that they could drive. y'all
right.
booing.
Oh God.
Right. Yes, sir. UNK and CHICO, Sunday Night Live. Live and direct.
It's another Sunday night. Another Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog Chico.
It's another one. It's another one, baby. It's another one.
Another Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog.
So get ready for it.
Another Sunday night live. UNK and Big Dog Chico.
Man.
You got me on that.
Boy.
I ain't even gonna let the beat drop. They hear that sound, they know what time it is.